Check it
know.
out. I've got note cards.
Ooh, I've got a piece of paper.
Ooh, nice. That's cool. Hey everybody, welcome back. Sam and Jim Show. I'm Sam.
And
He's
I'm Jim.
He's Jim. There he is. Glad you're all with us. Thanks for coming back. We got a good show for you this time, and we're ready to get rocking and rolling.
All right.
So how
let's
you
go.
been, Jim?
Did pretty good. Had quite a few adventures since the last episode.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Me too.
I redid some of the I redid the outside outlets in Murder Hole.
Good.
Kind of cleaned up the wiring where I went through the wall and then had the outside outlets and the lights. So pulled it out, decided I was going to make it all professional looking, put in a new pull box, and so I go down to the big blue box store that sells all the home improvement stuff, and so I go buy just some PVC conduit, a new pull box, and the clamps that hold it down. And so I'm walking out, and it was like early on a Saturday morning. I went and I got up early and I just went down.
That's the best time to go.
Yeah, that is the best time to go. There's like hardly anybody in there. I walk in, know exactly what I want, go there, pick it up, go over, and there's a self-checkout line, which I hate self-checkout lines. But I figured, hey, I've got enough time to stop at the Chicken and Biscuits and get me a chicken biscuits and get me some coffee. And so I walk out, I go up to the checkout line, and I scan the first thing, and it's, and I think I bought an extra outlet. So I got like an outlet, bloop, put it in the bag, pulled the junction for the pull box, put it in the bag. I scanned the little clamp, bloop, throw it in the bag, and it says, please put this item in the bag. Like I did put the item in the bag. It's just so light it doesn't pick it up. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
I did do it, hooker. And so I take it and I scan, and then the little camera above the self-checkout starts recording. So I just look at it, and I pick it, and I go, bloop, bloop, and I put it in front of the camera and go, blink, drop it in the bag. It's like, please, bag item. I was like, skip this step. I did it. And I scan something else, and I go to pay. And it says, please have associate check the bag, unbagged items. And I'm like, no, stop. Just take my money. I want to go. And so it's not cooperating. So I look around and I look at one of the associates in the red vest. And it's a young black girl, probably 20, maybe 22. Short little girl. And I just look at her and I go, will one of you please fix this retarded machine? And she's like, and it was like everybody just looks at me.
Okay.
And I just take my bag and I'm like, clunk. And I bought a caulk gun too. So the caulk gun was in the bag, so it goes clunk. And I'm like, I want to pay and leave. And she comes over, she's like, it's okay. You don't need to be breaking your stuff. I was like, I got a job. I'll pay for it if I broke it. I was like, your freaking retarded machine won't work. She's like, it's okay. Okay, well, I'm just going to scan my little badge here. And I look at her. I was like, I'm not mad at you, ma'am. I said, I'm mad at you retarded managers who put in these stupid machines so they don't have to pay people. And I look, and I did the knife hand. And I look, and over at the returns desk, I see people doing that. And then I look around, and there's these two contractors to the left of me, and they're both holding like 2x4s, and they're hiding behind their 2x4s. And then it hits me. I'm like, oh, I'm a really big dude, and I'm getting angry.
The big angry guy.
I'm getting ready to drop kick this self-checkout lane, and she's like, it's okay, see? Bloop, bloop, I scanned my badge. Now you can go pay. I'm like, all right. She's like, are you going to use debit or credit? I was like, I know, swipe for debit. And so I did it and everything. And I said, thank you, ma'am, for your service. And as I walk out, I look at the others, and they're all the other cashiers and everybody, they're all looking at me. I said, thank y'all for your service. I appreciate it. So I walk out, and all the time, you know, the camera's still recording. And so I get out to my truck, and I get in, and I crank up the truck, and then I start laughing because I realized just what she was doing. You know, in the Avengers movie, where the Black Black Widow, the Hulk, she goes up to the Hulk, and she's like, "Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low," and he like turns back into Bruce Banner, trying to calm him down.
Hadn't seen it.
You hadn't,
No.
hadn't seen it? Well,
No.
I realized that's exactly what that girl was doing to me. She was like, "Hey, big guy,
Trying to
sun's
calm you
getting-"
back down out of the hole.
She's like, "Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. Swipe for debit," and it worked. So she pulled the Black Widow and the Hulk on me. I was like, "Oh well."
Man.
And I just started laughing and went and ordered a biscuit and coffee.
Yeah,
So
I hate those
was-
things too.
I hate them. They're
Yeah.
stupid. I don't
Yeah,
use them. I
that-
rarely use them.
That store was one of the first ones to go with the self-checkout thing, and I hated them from the first time they put them in there. A lot of
Yeah.
people were pretty fond of them at first. Oh, you don't have to deal with anybody, and you just go right through. No, it's stupid. Hate
It
that.
is stupid. I hate them. I don't use them. I'll stand in line. I'll be at the grocery store, and they're like, "The self-checkout line's open. Why don't you use it?" And I always go, "No, I don't do it."
You can
That's
always
they
go to
are
customer
stupid.
service.
Yeah.
Customer service will check you out every time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I hate those things too. Feel your pain on that one. Just another thorn in my side.
But it hit me when I saw the people peeking up over the riser, like, "What's going on? No, what's going on?" I was like, and then it hit me. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm really big, and
Yeah.
I'm getting angry at a stupid machine that I'm getting ready to throw a caulk gun through. Which I couldn't
Yeah.
find the caulk gun. I don't know what happened to my caulking gun. Did I leave it at your place?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
Maybe I
not
threw
here.
it away. Did I throw it away at your place?
I don't
Maybe I
think
was like,
so.
"Oh, did I mail it to you?"
I never check the trash after you leave because there's just a lot of bottles and cans that I'd have to dig through. So
Oh, that
I
is
never
true.
checked that. No.
That is true.
Yeah. But I'm sure it'll turn up. Well, I actually wrote a couple things down that that I was going to talk about that I hate too, because I think this is a great
Yeah.
this is a great way for us to express the hate that we have. We can get it out there for all of our viewers to see too, because I'm sure they all hate stuff. They probably
Yeah,
hate a lot of the
this could
same
be-
stuff we hate too.
This could be a hatred episode.
Yeah. So some of the stuff that I hate that really stood out in my mind over the last couple weeks has been, since we did one of these, people that wear their pajamas all day. I hate that. And you know what they do after they wake up at 10:30 and wear their pajamas for another couple hours? They go to the other big box store
Yep.
with everybody else that wears their pajamas all day. And
the
then,
Crocs.
yep, wearing their Crocs. And then they do something else that I hate even more than the fact that they wear their pajamas all day. If they're not in a motorized basket because they're too lazy to push a cart. Now, some people I'm sure really
True.
need those, but some people are just really lazy, and I hate that. I can't stand lazy people. But they're pushing their cart in their pajamas, and they're all leaning. They're leaning on the handle of the buggy because they're too lazy to stand up and push the cart like an adult, right? Like a 7-year-old kid all leaning on their cart, pushing it. Can't stand it. Pisses me off.
You have
And
those too.
Yeah. Oh, they're everywhere. I don't care where you go. They're there. And they're at the grocery store, the other place, the one that I absolutely hate. I hate that store. I hate the blue and white. It's the walnuts. I hate it. I hate it. And then, you know what else I hate?
And that's how we avoid any monetization.
Yeah.
We don't mention any trademark
Yeah.
stuff unless we've actually bought it.
Yeah. You know what else I hate though? And I know you hate the same thing. people that do not know how to merge into traffic off of an on-ramp. What is people's problem?
I don't know. They're stupid.
Stupid
I
people.
think
This
that's
world
it.
is full of stupid people, and they get under my skin. They've been bothering me a lot the last couple of weeks. I'm glad that we can share this with all the viewers that we have, because I really hate stupid people, and they're everywhere. They are everywhere.
Well, if it gives you any consolation, their vote counts just as much as yours does.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder there. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that one.
It doesn't. There's even if they're smart, they're stupid. I had to replace the radiator on my taco pickup truck. 220,000 miles. It's 22 years old. The radiator finally craps out. The top
22
top
years old.
piece. Yeah, the top piece. I was driving back and noticed it was getting hot, and so I got home and the top seam there on the core gave up the ghost, and so I ordered. Fortunately, it's the 21st century. I ordered one on the internet and got it. And
Yeah, meanwhile, your local service station's going out of business because you're ordering stuff on the river.
well, it's a brave new world. You've got to
It's
adapt or
America.
die.
It's America.
You got to adapt or die. No, I've never taken. Who takes their car to get their radiator replaced? That's one of those things like changing your oil or changing your brakes. You do it yourself.
Me too.
So I get the radiator, and I've replaced radiators in every vehicle I've owned because I usually end up hitting something.
Yes, you do.
In fact, I've owned vehicles where I've replaced the radiator like 3 or 4 times. So, but the first time in the taco, so I undo the top radiator hose. The fan shroud is in 2 pieces. You undo clips. You pull the fan shroud right off. It's great. And the skid plate is 4-wheel drive, so in the skid plate up front, they've actually got holes. They engineered it so that there are holes where you can access the hose clamps. But big hands lying in a gravel driveway, it's not that convenient. So I just dropped the skid plate. And the good thing about Toyotas is almost all the bolts are either 8, 10, or 12 millimeter.
That's true.
6 12 millimeter bolts, boom, dropped the skid plate, was able to clean the skid plate off. I found the carcass of a dead rat in there. Chuck that. All right, so it's great. Radiator hose, transmission lines, clamp them off, pull everything, drain the radiator. Well, it's all great going up till now, and I've done half a dozen radiators at least in one car. And, well, the stupid Toyota engineer, for some reason, the radiator is attached to the frame, is attached to the body. The bolts come in from the front, right behind the grill. So to pull the radiator out, you've got to pull the grill off, because they didn't think to put the bolts on the inside where the engine compartment is, where you can reach everything. No, the idiots put the 4 bolts. Yeah, I had to pull the grill off. It took me 3 hours to change the radiator because I was trying to get the grill off and not damage the grill. And those stupid clips, they're old, exposed to heat, they just broke away. And finally I just said, screw it, and I just pulled the grill off. Drop those bolts. Oh, here comes the radiator. Whoop! Put the other one back in really quick. And then I had to, fortunately, I guess they designed the grill where the clips aren't really critical to holding it in place.
Oh.
So I was able to push it back in. I need to get some zip ties and put zip ties in the corner.
Well, that'll do
eventually.
it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Can't,
I was like,
you can't ever keep enough zip ties around. They save the day all the time for me too.
Yeah. And you know what? I bet that stupid engineer got a good idea award from Toyota, because he probably said, oh, if we put the radiator bolts in the front, we can build 1.2 extra Toyota trucks coming down the line today, and that's an extra $40 billion. And that's a great idea. I'm sure I'm sure the Japanese
Yep.
engineer sounded like he was from Montgomery County, but he could have been. I don't know, but that was stupid. I was like, normally changing radiators maybe an hour job, maybe pulling it out, and that's if you're actually taking the time to take out the take and recycle the old antifreeze instead of just dumping it out on the grass that grows in your driveway.
Well, who would do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to change a radiator on anything that I own unless it was already a project that I just happened to be changing it anyway. So I've got a pretty good track record there.
Enough trees or deer like I do.
Yeah.
You get familiar
I try
with
not to drive into stuff. I try not to drive into stuff too much, but it does happen occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually changed a radiator in the parking lot of where I work. Changed it during lunch. Had a guy drive me. Yeah, had a guy drive me up to the parts store, and I bought a radiator in turbo brown.
Oh.
Yeah. I replaced it in turbo brown. Right there in the parking lot. I don't live in the city of Greensboro. I don't care what their drinking water tastes like. Or actually, oh man, that would have been your drinking water. For sure, I downstream. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for that one.
I'm a bad friend.
Thanks, Jimbo.
Hey,
Appreciate
no problem.
That.
Well, but that was back in the 2000s.
Yeah. Well, at least you got your radiator all changed out.
Yeah.
Taco's good as new now.
Oh, yeah. I should probably go back and check it. But I did the right thing. I ran the engine with the cap off and got all the air bubbles out, and everything was fine. It's great. It runs great. It runs nice and cool. I'll even run the air conditioner. No change.
Good. That's good.
It's great, yeah. I'll get another 22 miles out of that coolant. I mean, 22 years.
22 miles.
I'll get another 22 years out of that coolant. That was probably factory coolant. Those Japanese, they make a good vehicle.
Yeah, they do. Man, well, you know what I saw? I was poking around on the news today, and I saw that there is a new species of tick that has invaded North Carolina. Yeah, like we needed more of those things. So when you're laying in your driveway working on the next vehicle that you have to put a radiator in, and you get one of these longhorn ticks on you.
A longhorn tick?
Longhorn tick. So we had the Lone Star, and then there was the common deer tick. Well, now we got the longhorn tick to deal with. Apparently, it's an Asian species of tick. So thanks again, Japanese engineers.
Great, yeah.
I don't know if it was from Japan. It could have just been another Asian.
Probably China.
But they traced it. I don't know how they traced back where this tick originally came from, but they said in the news article.
Probably a legal immigrant tick.
Probably. Well, they said in the news article that they traced it back to the first place they found it was in New Jersey. So I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised that it came from New Jersey.
Nope.
Because there's a lot of other blood-sucking varmints that have come from New Jersey down here to North Carolina.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of ironic that it came from New Jersey.
That sucks.
Yeah, so the thing, it apparently doesn't need, a female doesn't need a male to reproduce. She can just keep cloning herself into an entire colony full of these things that'll just come and suck all your blood out. And they also described these ticks as being aggressive biters. So they don't just bite you one time. They bite you and they move, and then they bite you and they move to another spot. Then they go bite somebody else. Yeah.
What a jerk tick.
Yeah. So I'm going to be using tick medicine everywhere I go so that I don't get these stupid things on me. But they also carry not only tick-borne diseases, but they carry human diseases. So if they bite somebody with the bad AIDS or the bad hep, and then they bite you, you're screwed. You got it. So be sure to wear your tick medicine, because if you don't, you're going to get the longhorn tick, and he's going to aggressively bite you.
We can just tell the blue falcon, hey, that's how you got the herp. You got the longhorn tick.
That's how it happened. Yeah.
I got the HIV. Oh,
Sure. That's how it
it
happened.
was totally a tick bite.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I spent last week camping. Not a single tick on me.
That's
Not a
great.
single tick on me.
That's hard odds to overcome there when you're out there for a week solid.
Yeah, I was surprised. Well, maybe it may have been. Of course, I wasn't drinking either,
Uh,
so
well,
maybe they just weren't attracted to that.
well, you have a lot of surface area, so
Yeah.
there's more chance that they're going to wind up on you. Yeah, stupid ticks. I hate those things. I don't know. I don't see the purpose behind those things, but they're there. I hate them.
They're, they probably were invented by the good Lord to get rid of stupid people,
Could be.
and then probably due to modern tick medicine, we've actually protected all those people,
Yeah.
and they end up designing radiator mounts and going to work for big box stores and wearing their pajamas all day long while they shop.
Yeah. You could be
No.
right about that.
No.
It's a vicious,
Oh,
it's a
the
vile,
ticks.
vicious circle, how that works.
You see, it's just like Blue Oyster Cult saying in Godzilla. Nature shows was it again and again? Was it history shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man? Ooh, Godzilla, and now it's ooh, longhorn tick. See, so probably
Yeah.
we're messing with the radiation.
Well,
Got the
that's
longhorn
what they get.
ticks.
That's
They
what
come
we
over to New
get.
Jersey. They come over to New Jersey to do some gambling and join the mob and join a union and not let you pump your gas, and then probably some idiot stopped in New Jersey instead of driving through. Stopped, brought them down here. Thanks a
Well,
lot, New Jersey.
I figured it came off one of the New Jerseyans' yippy little dogs. They let the tick get on there because they were coming down to our fair state of North Carolina for a vacation, and next thing you know, tick jumps
Kiss-
off.
kissing their dog on the mouth, picked up a
Yep.
longhorn tick.
That's gross. I hate it when people do that. Gross.
And speaking of camping, I saw a good quote about camping. Camping's where you spend a small fortune to live like a homeless person.
Yeah. Yeah, a matter of fact, I just bought some camping gear this week.
Ah.
So, yep, my wife and I are going camping this weekend. We're going up to the mountains. So after I planned this trip, see, I was thinking, dummy me, I was thinking, well, it's probably not peak season. Most people go camping in the mountains in the fall when the leaves are going to, change and fall off. Well, apparently, peak season for mountain camping starts the second week of July. So here we are. So I called around to a couple campgrounds that we normally would try, and completely full, totally full.
Oh.
I found a decent spot, but we're going up there and check out a couple things, see some sights, maybe find a couple of waterfalls to go to. So it'll be good. It'll be a good time. And
Righteous.
the high temperature where we're going is going to be 74 degrees Saturday.
Excellent.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be 92 here.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
And
excited.
I'm gonna be outside fixing a fence line.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, it does stink. But hopefully I won't get any ticks because I'm going to wear my tick medicine.
Yeah, you better.
So I don't want the longhorn tick.
Well, unfortunately, they're in western North Carolina right now. So guess
Well,
where
make
we're
sure-
going.
Well, make sure you and Mrs. Sam perform tick checks.
Plenty of tick medicine. We'll use lots of tick medicine.
Spray the tick medicine.
Yep. Yep.
That should go great. That'll be good on your liver.
Oh, yeah. Well, it can't hurt. But since I'm going, I was trying to decide which knife I should carry. And I actually sent you a text message, and you helped me out on the decision-making process.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm taking a knife that is affectionately known between some of us friends as the 9-inch dangler. and I had the sheath around here.
That's
I don't know, I don't know what I did with the sheath, but it's a dangler style sheath. So it's the leather loop that goes to a D-ring,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's hooked to the sheath. So it hangs down lower than your belt, and it's great for you're riding in a car. It's not jabbing you in the side of the leg. It's great. It's perfect.
Yeah,
So
they're great.
it's a cool knife, but I decided that I was going to do a force patina on it. So I went snooping around in the kitchen, and I found a water bottle that belonged to my
Oh yeah.
wife, filled it full of some lemon juice, laid the knife in there, and so it's starting to really turn. I can see it. It's getting darker. So it's looking pretty good, actually. Let's see if I can take it out of here and let everybody see it.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done it two ways. One way, I stabbed a potato.
Oh, yeah.
I stabbed a potato and left it in a potato for a day. Another way I did it that was actually pretty cool was
There it is.
yeah, that looks
That's
nice.
this is a Battle Horse is the name of the company that made this. Company started out Blind Horse, I believe.
Blind Horse, yeah.
And
They
then
split it.
the two guys got pissed off at each other, and so they split, and this is Battle Horse, but it still has the Blind Horse logo. Man, this patina is turning out awesome. Can you see that? Can you
Yeah, I
see the
can.
way that it's kind of speckly? I
Yeah,
don't know if you can see that. That is way cool. I may actually stop it where it's at right now.
yeah. Go spray. Yeah, spray it with some ballistol or something,
Yeah.
or just other mineral spirits.
I'll drop it down in here while we finish the show. But
Now it looks like crap.
oh, dang it.
No, it says "Hail Satan" on it.
Oh.
I've also used just good old yellow mustard, or as the people that never landed on the moon call it, American mustard.
Oh.
But yeah, I've used yellow mustard before, and that worked really good. And actually, kind of the weirdest patina I ever got on one. I've got a Topps Shadow Tracker. I bought it, gosh, 15 years ago or so, back when Topps first came out.
Nice.
And I cut red meat with it. I was grilling on the stove, grilling on the grill, and used it to cut like the sirloin or whatever, or the London broil, I think maybe it was at the time. Cut it to check its, how done it was, and that
Making
actually
me
the
hungry.
meat juice, yeah, the meat juice put a good patina on it, and it showed like it showed the temper lines and everything else in it, and I was like, wow, they actually, because they had kind of polished it out and kind of bead blasted it, to make it tactical,
Yeah.
and yeah, just getting the meat juice on it, getting the hot meat juice on it, letting it sit for 15 minutes while I was probably drinking, and yeah, that actually put a pretty cool patina on it and showed the lines, looked really good.
Cool.
That's the knife I carry in the taco now.
Oh, you still got it. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still got it, yeah.
I keep what is it? I've got a Blind Horse, and it's some type of a bushcraft knife that I keep in the silver tips. So it's a good knife for keeping in there. I also have a Mora somewhere in my kit back in the back in a bag. I got a Mora.
Oh, yeah, I love more knives.
You can't go wrong with one of those.
No,
They're
you can't.
cheap. If you lose it, you can just buy another one for $10.
Yep. And it
Yep.
and it works like $100 knife.
They do. They're great.
I don't know what the Swedes do that's so great, but yeah, they're cheap knives. But I mean, they're not cheap. They're monetarily inexpensive, but they perform like something that's 10 times the price.
Yeah.
And you get respect from knife guys.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
only
one of-
thing that's kind of crappy about them generally are the sheaths.
Yeah, you got to replace the sheaths.
Yeah.
I guess
I don't
that's
have to. I ain't got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, don't tell me what I have to do. I can do whatever I want.
The I keep a Mora. Yeah, I keep one of the Moras in the little like emergency toolkit that's in the back of the Zoller box.
Oh yeah.
I keep one there. Keep one in the nightstand. Yeah, they're great. Keep one down in my old big, my own 9-inch. I got my own 9-inch Swede.
Nice.
Down in my
Which
old-
I'll feel bad if I just let this go, but I gotta give credit to the Angry Man for the stay white and die thing. I can't claim that myself.
No, we can't claim that.
No, that's the Angry Man all day long.
Yeah, that's one of our angry mannerisms.
So Thanks, Angry Man.
You actually did pretty good.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I use those all the time, you convict.
Well, he's already told us that he never watches the whole thing. When he watches these, he just skips through. He watches the intro, he goes to the middle, and then he's done. He looks at the end, and then he probably only does it for the music anyway.
Yeah.
Which is really great, by the way. All the music choice.
It is great. 44 Love is the music that we play on the Sam and Jim show.
That's right, because we own it.
That's right. We don't have to pay anybody for it because we own it. I got a 3 extra large t-shirt. When you start picking up heavy things, you notice, that your shoulders will get a little bit bigger. And so I've been wearing, I bought some 3X shirts, especially because I'm tall. And so I bought some 3X shirts, 3 extra large t-shirts. They fit okay. Well, usually 3X shirts will also increase the length. Because I'm 6 feet 6 inches, I enjoy having that extra length of a t-shirt, especially if my arms are going over my head or I'm crawling underneath a pickup truck. So I got one 3 extra large shirt, and it's like all they did was just they didn't increase the length on it. They just made it wider. So I put it on, and it still came up just barely to my belt line, but it was really wide in the belly area. I was like, this is the stupidest shirt I've ever worn. This shirt is stupid. I hate this shirt. I'm going to turn it into a gun rag. But I bought it. I don't know what made me think of that, but I got like some 3X large shirts. And I was like, oh, this is great. I can tuck a t-shirt in, especially if I'm wearing like a collared shirt like you are. I like wearing a t-shirt underneath it. And it's mostly because I think about weird things, and I'm like, well, if there's ever a time where there's an APB out on me, and they're like, look for a really tall guy wearing a blue button-up shirt, I could just take off the blue button-up shirt and be in my t-shirt, and nobody would ever know it was me.
Nope, that's true.
Look for the big ogre with chin whiskers. That's the guy we're looking for. He was wearing a blue button-up collared shirt. Well, we've got a big ogre guy here, but he's only in a black t-shirt.
Can't be
not
him.
The guy.
Nope.
It's not me. Just those things you think about.
I think about that stuff too, but for myself, not for you.
Yeah, well.
I know you can take care of yourself.
Yeah. Well, how am I going to... This will help me blend into a crowd easier.
Good luck.
Yeah. And if I try to stoop down, they'll be like, why is that big guy stooping down? Let's all look at him. It's one of those things.
Not much you can do about it now.
No, it's not. Except, well, just not go out anywhere. Just stay where I'm at and drink beer.
Yeah, you can do that.
So tell me about the pound them too.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought that up. So I'm sure everybody out there listening, either listening or watching, has heard about the hashtag #MeToo movement. Everybody these days is hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag Sam and Jim show, hashtag podcast, hashtag awesome knife. Well, the hashtag #MeToo movement, if you're not familiar with that, for all of you viewers out there, if you're not familiar with that, the new thing there is, I guess it's something to do with the women folk that have been exploited. Yeah. Or they say they've been exploited by guys in Hollywood or wherever.
Started out with that slime ball,
Weinstein.
Yeah, that slime ball who was like, ugh,
Right. Well,
Baby,
maybe
you want to
you've
be in a movie?
yeah. Maybe you've seen the
Bring me
meme.
some cocaine and some bitches. There.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's actually what he did. Bring me.
probably.
He's probably like, bring me some cocaine and some sexy girls. Yeah, they want to be in movies. Real winner. Anyway,
Well,
big Hillary
yeah,
Clinton supporter. Donated a lot of
right.
money to her.
Like you said, slime ball.
Slime ball.
So anyway, uh, everybody's on the hashtag Me Too campaign. Well, if you're from the old school like we are, and when you see a hashtag, I see the pound sign. So this meme's already been around the internet. This is not anything I came up with, but when you look at it from our perspective, it's the pound Me Too movement instead of the hashtag Me Too movement. So that's funny. All right. So
Yeah.
I was hanging out with a couple of my family members about a week ago, last weekend, and I was saying something to my 18-year-old cousin, and I asked him if he had heard about the pound, what was it, the pound Me Too movement?
Yeah.
And he laughed and he was like, "Oh yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, hashtag pound sign, right." So it came to me that I'd seen an article where they were actually saying that Harvey Weinstein was uh, not a racist. I guess he was whatever. He was excluding fat chicks because he was only trying to have sex with skinny girls to get them places and so that he could have sex. So I came up with the next viral hashtag, and it's pound them too. So this is for all the big girls, that feel left out because Harvey Weinstein or some other slimeball didn't try to have sex with you. Now you can have your own. Hashtag them too, or guys that are a little older than all these young millennials. The pound them too movement is going to take the internet by storm. Believe me. Trust me. So look for that. Everybody out there watching, you can go ahead and feel free to post that up. I don't know if there's any of them out there yet, but we can get this thing going, guys. We can. It's up to you.
It's like, hey, what was it R.O. Guthrie said? What was it in Allison Restaurant? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, now we'll have a movement. You can have a movement with pound them too.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
I'm gonna write that down.
I don't claim all the glory there. Other people were involved in starting this. It's a grassroots campaign. Yeah.
Pound them too.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Got the pen.
We got to get something
the
going
paper.
here. It's really a crime.
I love it.
Yeah.
It is a crime. You know what's not a crime?
What's that?
Shooting at 10:30 at night in my county.
Great.
I only say that because I'd got done replacing the radiator in the taco. I'm back down at the murder hole, putting up my tools, wiping off my tools, putting them back in my tool chest, cleaning my hands with Windex, good old Windex, because I ain't got none of the orange smelly stuff, none of the orange pumice salts. Drinking refreshments. And I hear, cow, 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 cow. And then it waits. And I guess he was reloading. He only had one magazine.
Ah, poor guy.
And then I hear, cow, 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 cow. The dude that lives across the road, I guess he must have got a new gun, and he was shooting it. But he don't, like I said, he probably only could afford the gun in one magazine.
Well, like I said, poor guy.
He would shoot. I was like, cow, 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 cow. And then you wait. So a couple of minutes, I guess, while he was reloading. Clink, clink, and then cow, 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 cow. And he was shooting at like 10:30 at night. And I was like, come on, it's 10:30 at night on a Sunday. even I have some respect for my neighbors. I'll cut it off at 9. And people always know
45.
it's me because I'm shooting steel. So they hear me, it's like ting 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 ting. You know, so they know I'm at least hitting what I'm aiming at. So they know they don't
Ting. Ting. Is that how you mean it like that? Like ting. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe. But they at least know I'm hitting something. So they know, wow, he's actually might be an okay shot. Don't go over there. Well, we cut it off at like 10:30. I was like, come on. It was like the next night I get home and I'm doing schoolwork because I'm back in the colleges and I'm typing away. He starts it up again at like 9 o'clock. I guess he must have got off work. I can't wait to go shoot some more. And it was the same thing. And then you wait when he's reloading. And then and then I guess he brought out, his shotgun or something. So he could go John Wick maybe. And he was like, boom, boom, boom. Apparently he hadn't learned how to pull the plug out of his shotgun. It was like only 3 shotgun blasts. And then he would have to reload everything else. And then you hear, same thing right over again. I was like, gosh, dude, come on.
Well, you know, all these newfangled handguns, they require a break-in period, so he's probably just getting his stuff in good working order. Just blasting it into the dirt.
I would like to know if he actually has a target range or if that's what he was doing, just shooting it in the dirt. Just hanging off the back porch. I'm shooting in the dirt.
Or into the air.
In my county, it's an 11 o'clock ordinance. You can't do target shooting after 11 o'clock because that's when the noise ordinance for the county is. So I'm sure you could shoot the hell out of somebody at midnight and be all right, but you can't do like target shooting, sustained target shooting after 11 p.m. I don't recognize my country anymore.
Well, at least you don't live in my county. I don't know when the cutoff is, but it's probably 5 o'clock in the evening. Who knows? I don't really care, though.
No. I don't care either. It was more funny. It was funnier to me than irritating. I wasn't really irritated about it. It was just funny to me that he would shoot, and he was shooting the hell out of it. I mean, he was going as fast as his little fingers could go, but apparently he couldn't afford any new magazines because he would shoot. And I was counting. I was like, man, yeah, that's about 20 something. Okay. And then wait like 3 or 4 minutes, and then he'd start right back up. I mean, he was going after it.
He probably didn't even think about buying a spare magazine.
Probably not.
Probably not. He probably had a High Point.
It may
or a
be.
Lorson. Maybe a Bursa. Or a Taurus. Could have had a Taurus.
He probably, yeah, or a Kel-Tec. That's probably what he had.
Could have been.
One of those Kel-Tecs. One of those folding, those folding 5.56 rifles they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, where their genius ad for it was, "This is the rifle for people who drink their own pee." Did you ever see that one?
No.
I swear to God.
I didn't.
I swear to God, in the gun magazines, they had full page ads. Now, a full page ad in a gun magazine is probably $10,000-$12,000.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're priced. Yeah.
Kel-Tec comes up with an ad, and it's
this
guy.
Drink my own pee, so I need a Kel-Tec.
You know, he's got the ice on his beard, and he's carrying one of the rifles. Like, you know, it's supposed to be their survival fold-up backpack rifle, and it's like, for people that drink their own pee. I was like, that's a great. I bet, you know what? I bet the guy that came up with that got a good idea award too. Just like the one that said, I want to bolt a radiator to the front.
Well, that's why he works at Kel-Tec.
Yeah. He couldn't get a real job at like Ruger.
Don't even get me started about Ruger.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've come to the end of our show, my man.
Yeah, people are probably tiring of us now if they haven't already hit the stop button or
as we've
changed the
yes,
channel.
as we've insulted. Hey man, I like Ruger. That pretty good gun. What are you
I like
talking
my
about?
man. I like my daggone Kel-Tec. I think she was good.
It's
Dadgum,
good.
man. Talking about my Bursa.
Man, I put like a box of ammo through that gun. It ain't never jammed.
Yeah, we just lost a viewer. We just lost a viewer. Okay.
Probably. Like, man, I got that in my Mosine Nagant. Man, I'll survive the end of the world, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need that. I got this Alice gear too. Got it on sale. It was cheap. It
Yeah.
was ex-military stuff. It's Alice gear. It's good.
Well, that's good. I've enjoyed it. This has been a good one.
All right, my man.
I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and until next time, I hope everybody can stay awesome out there, and we'll see you soon.
All right, brother.
Sam is out. Jim, it's good talking to you.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you, Sam. Have a good time out in the woods. Get back to nature. Get back
Will
to
do.
God's country.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. In transmission.